Harry Styles managed to break into Hollywood and land some very huge roles between his tenure in One Direction and building his own solo music career. Styles has been in the MCU and collaborated with Christopher Nolan when he's not touring the world as a pop star, which is an impressive start for a musician turned actor. Hey there viewers, today we bring you the best Harry Styles movies ranked, so stay tuned and let's get into it right now. These days, it seems like music star turned actor Harry Styles is popping up everywhere. Ever since making his world debut on the television series X Factor, ultimately ending up in the pop group One Direction, Styles has increasingly become more popular. Whether it's appearing on the cover of Vogue, making waves all over the world, or fronting his popular concerts for Harry's House, it seems that the world cannot get enough of Styles these days, and with that popularity comes a particular crossover, one becoming more common as celebrities look to branch out their skill sets, including in acting. Styles has appeared in several movies now, some with acclaim and others not so much. Here's our attempt at ranking all of Harry Styles' films based on the movie's overall quality plus Styles' performance in them. Let's go, Stylers! Number 4. Eternals. Eternals is considered among one of MCU's weakest films. It's guilty of some awful CGI, an overloaded cast, and a meandering plot. Styles only shows up for a brief moment in the post-credits scenes in Eternals, and it's not exactly one of the more inspired post-credits scenes in Marvel's long history of the form. Styles shows up to play one of Thanos' brothers, Eros, but it's unclear what he's actually there to do. Ultimately, the scene seems to only exist to let everybody know that Styles would be joining the MCU. Although his scene was brief, Styles lacked the charisma and fun of the light-hearted, womanizing anti-Thanos character portrayed in the Marvel comics. Instead, we get a very wooden version that feels more scripted than naturally acted. If the viewer out there doesn't know who Eros is, they certainly won't know any more about him after seeing Styles in the post-credits scene. If you're enjoying this video, then do be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay up to date. Number 3. My Policeman. My Policeman tells the story of a 1950s cop Tom, played by Styles, and a same-sex affair despite homosexuality being illegal at the time. Although interesting in premise, it catastrophically showcased Styles' limitations in acting. Styles continues to show limitations in his craft by being completely tone-deaf, no musical pun intended. At times, he was over the top with Emma Corrin and almost lifeless with David Dawson. Because of his lack of consistency, it only goes to show that he has so much more to learn in showbiz. Yet as we move on to the best performances of his acting career, what's apparent is the pop star's need for the right role with the right director. Veterans like Christopher Nolan can definitely shape his career, and not just to plop him into award-winning or celebrity-bloated franchise roles. Styles' lackluster performance has been labeled as rigid, inexperienced, and criminally bad. What could have been a turnover opportunity into Hollywood stardom instead was a backfired miscast in a dull procedural drama, gambling Styles' acting career altogether. Number 2. Don't Worry Darling. Don't Worry Darling received mostly unfavorable first reviews at the Venice Film Festival, and the controversy surrounding the film's development didn't exactly help it get off the ground. However, this movie is rather good with a solid performance by Styles. Styles has earned a reputation for unsettling intensity on the screen, and it's easy to see how his performance, whether through a look or facial expression, holds the film together by a nerve-wracking thread. His performance is subtle and sets a mysterious uneasiness akin to Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out. Though Styles takes a different approach to Jack's intentions, he brings to the character the necessary blankness that fits the narrative nicely. He's not asked to do much in this film, but each plot turn hinges on him, and he does a good job of hitting that landing. The film tackles many somber and mysterious themes up until its big plot twist. Yet as the film twists and turns, Styles does an admirable job in keeping up with actor heavyweights like Florence Pugh, Chris Pine, and Olivia Wilde. Number 1. Dunkirk. When renowned director Christopher Nolan disclosed that he had cast pop star Styles in an epic war film despite Styles' lack of acting experience, eyebrows were undoubtedly raised. On such a delicate film subject, the prominence of Styles as a celebrity was a major cause for concern. Styles, however, delivers a powerful, compelling performance, so much so that the audience can completely invest in the musician's journey as a character because of how well he blends into the war epic. Instead of using his boyish good looks as a crutch, he uses his expressions as a showcase for terror and dread on the battlefield. At the time, critics marveled at Styles' ability to take part of the ensemble without drawing too much attention to himself. Rolling Stones praised Styles on playing a small role with subtle grace and zero pop star showboating. The film demonstrates that Styles does have the chops to excel in his acting career, unlike other film projects he's associated himself with. When all is debated on whether Harry Styles is a good or bad actor, his acting career doesn't appear to be coming to an end anytime soon. As Arrows, he's still establishing himself in the MCU. He's also said to be in talks to join a Christopher Nolan production, though not the upcoming Oppenheimer. With some juicy parts on his plate, there's a good chance of a reputable acting career in the pop star's future.